Okay, so when you hear the words HIPAA training, what comes to mind? Probably something kind of boring, right? Another mandatory task you just have to get through. But I want you to start thinking about it differently. Because in today's world, it's not just a box to check. It's your organization's strongest, most important line of defense. Let's dig into why. First, let's just wrap our heads around this scale of the problem. Take a look at this number, 500 million. That's how many people in the US have had their personal health information compromised in data breaches since 2009. To put that in perspective, that's literally more than the entire population of the country. It's a massive, staggering crisis. Now, you might think the biggest threat is sophisticated hackers in a dark room somewhere. And yeah, they're a huge problem. But here's the kicker. Look at this chart. The single biggest cause of these breaches, at 43%, is just simple human error. Someone clicking the wrong link, using a weak password, or misplacing a device. That right there, that's the core of what we're talking about today. So yeah, let's be crystal clear about this. This isn't some abstract IT problem we're discussing. It is a full-blown crisis with shocking real-world consequences for millions and millions of people. And for the people affected, the consequences are absolutely devastating. We're talking about their identities being stolen, their finances ruined by fraud, and maybe worst of all, it just shatters the trust people have. When patients feel like they can't trust you with their most sensitive information, the entire foundation of healthcare starts to crumble. Okay, so we see how big the problem is. Now let's talk about the rules of the game. Because having good training isn't just a nice idea or a best practice. It's a legal mandate. It's not a suggestion, it's the law. And just for a quick refresher, HIPAA is the US law that sets all these rules. But here's something a lot of people miss. Its scope is way broader than you might think. It's not just for hospitals and clinics, it also applies to all their business associates. That means the IT company, the billing service, even law firms that handle protected health information. And HIPAA really boils down to two key parts you've got to understand. The privacy rule is all about the what information is protected. And the security rule is all about the how you have to protect it with technical safeguards. And guess what? Both of them explicitly require training. And if you're thinking, how big of a deal can a missed training session be? Well, check out this number, $80,000. That was a real settlement from 2023, and a key factor in that penalty was the simple failure to provide the required training. So yeah, the stakes are very, very real. All right, we've seen the problem, we've seen the law. So how do we actually fix this? Let's get into the solution. This is your playbook for what truly effective training looks like. You know, great training isn't just a boring slideshow of legal jargon. It has to cover all of these bases. It's about your own company's specific policies. It's got to include security awareness, like how do you actually spot a phishing email? And this is critical. Every single employee needs to know exactly what to do, who to call, the second they even suspect a breach has happened. And how you deliver the training matters just as much as what's in it. Here's the most important part. It cannot be a one-and-done thing when someone gets hired. It has to be ongoing. Use real stories, not legal text. Keep it short and sweet. And for goodness sake, document everything. That paperwork is your proof if the regulators ever come knocking. Now let's flip the script a bit. Let's talk about the upside, the payoff. Because when you really invest in getting this right, the benefits go way beyond just avoiding a fine. It's so easy to look at training as just another expense on a spreadsheet, right? But the truth is, a good training program is an investment that actually pays for itself. Think about it. When people know the right way to handle information, they just work smarter and more efficiently. They make fewer mistakes, which means less time cleaning up messes. So you see how it all connects. You prevent those costly breaches, you make your entire security system stronger, your daily operations get smoother, you build that all-important patient trust, and you have legal cover. It is a win on every single level. Okay, so that's the good news. But on the flip side, what happens when organizations get this wrong? The price of failure is, well, it's steep. Just look at this number, $1.5 million. And that's not a one-time thing. That can be the penalty cap per year for serious ongoing HIPAA violations. The financial risk of just being negligent is absolutely astronomical. And trust me, the fine is just the beginning. It's a total domino effect. First come the penalties. Then your reputation is just shattered. Your operations can grind to a halt. And you don't just lose the confidence of your patients, your business partners start to back away too. It can honestly cripple an organization. So this all leads us to the big idea, the real endgame. This is about moving past just basic compliance and building something so much more powerful, a true culture of compliance. The real objective here is a mindset shift. You want to get to a point where protecting patient data isn't seen as some annoying chore that gets in the way of work. Instead, it becomes an ingrained, automatic part of providing excellent, trustworthy service. It's not a burden, it's a core value. And this right here is the perfect way to think about it. When you achieve that culture, every single employee, from the CEO down to the person at the front desk, becomes part of a human firewall. They're no longer your biggest vulnerability. They become your most active, intelligent, and powerful line of defense. So I'll leave you with this one question to think about for your own organization. Is your training program just a checkbox you have to tick every year to satisfy a requirement? Or are you actively building that human firewall, your single, strongest, and most valuable defense?